Greetings, my name is Rudimentary Rob. Welcome back to my Astroneer series. Today we pick up the action on Calidor. We are going to get out there and get some things done, explore some stuff, do some science, find a bit of tech, all that good stuff. So if you're on board with that, I suggest you strap yourself in, put on your favourite desert planet style outfit, and let's get on with it. Now, never mind that bit of high-pitched whine in the background. It's definitely not anything from my microphone. It's that thing. Yeah, it makes this really irritating, high-pitched kind of atmospheric sound that isn't very atmospheric and can potentially contribute towards headaches in appropriate circumstances. We really should not have brought that with us to Calidor, but that's okay. We're going to leave it behind at the base. So thankfully it will only annoy us while we're at the base. Now we're going to go on with the plan that I unveiled at the end of the previous episode. We're getting a platform down, we're getting a research unit going, and we're going to queue up a few samples so we can just kind of tick away while we're out and about. Now, there's going to be a small problem with that. We don't actually have any other reliable power source at this stage other than these little generators and the one RTG that I brought with me. Now, we're going to be out and about in the tractor exploring the surface. Now, we do want to have our RTG with us while we're doing that. It will support us while we need to, dig holes in the ground or level the terrain or whatever, and it also reliably keeps the tractor going regardless of what the ambient wind and solar conditions are. So we can't leave it behind here to power the research unit. We're aware of that, but part of our goal here, this isn't the Glitchwalker series where I'm just going to basically ignore everything except for, the one reason that I came to Calidor for. No, this is, we are here to essentially establish ourselves in much the same way that we established ourselves on Sylvia. So we're going to probably end up putting a smelter down at some stage. We're going to get researchers going. We're going to do all of the things that we would normally be doing on Silver. We're going to be doing them here as well. So with that on board, our first mission here is we're heading off to the nearest gateway, and we are going to activate this gateway. And we have not been let down. We have found ourselves a battery and a medium solar already. I'm kind of feeling good about this session. So, wonder what else we can find. But we'll get to that in a minute. Our first jobby here is to build ourselves up to the level of the gateway. You will find gateways that are above the ground like this. In fact, in one of my older playthroughs, I had a gateway that was almost, like the base of it was almost as far off the ground as the very top of this gateway. So, needless to say, it took a bit of effort to build up to it. That was one that was on Silver. I've only ever seen one that was that high. I don't know if they've adjusted the code since then. I think that may have even been during alpha or early beta that I found that one. So chances are they probably tweaked things a bit since then. But needless to say, you still need some skills with making ramps and whatnot. And if you haven't sort of been to the center of a planet yet, this is your chance to get practice with the terrain leveling and digging and building up and all that other good stuff. Now, as familiar in my efforts on Silver, we're just going to do the, I'm going to call it the Rob's lazy method of powering a gateway. You just mine enough compound and enough organic to produce a few generators. Pretty much just enough generators to, power the gateway. The organic from one node, it will be enough to usually activate 2 gateways before you need to refill it. And even though it is a desert planet, there is actually quite a bit of organic around to get hold of. So you're not going to be struggling to find organic. In fact, you're not really going to be struggling to find compound either. So Calidor is pretty good that way. So we've got our little ramp sorted. We've got a solar panel on the front. The solar panel is pretty good when it can face the sun. The rest of the time, it's a I don't know, paperweight. It isn't enough to power the gateway. Now, we already know, if you've been watching the Glitchwalker series, you would have already seen me activate at least one gateway on Calidor there. If you haven't, I've left this in at full speed so you can see what I'm setting up and, you know, how many generators it actually takes to activate the gateway. For the moment, this amount of generators is not enough. So these little generators, they provide 2 power each. Right, so that's 10. Plus we've got our RTG, so that's another point, that's 11. And with the solar panels running on the front of this, I think it provides another 5 units. Or is it 4 units? Actually, I think it's 4 units. We've basically got, you know, 12 to 15 units of power there, which is what you need. I think I figured out during Glitchwalkers that I needed about 12, but inevitably I was providing 13 because I had the RTG with me. So because the sun's just gone down and we weren't quick enough on the bat, our current power setup is now insufficient. And I'm just about to work that out. Yeah, sun's gone down. We're not going to get that back in time. So instead, we are going to be going out and grabbing enough compound to make another couple of generators so we can bring our total up to... actually, we only need 1 more generator. Now I think about it, because we've already got 5. So you only really need 6 generators. Yep, see, we're just a little tiny bit short. And we do actually have enough compound on us at the moment to make the other generator. So I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to whip out here in a moment. Alright, I've headed off here to grab some more compound. I really didn't need it, but anyway, that's a bit of a sign that maybe it was quite early in the morning when I was recording this, and yeah, that is correct. It was about 2 or 3 in the morning because it's kind of hot and very, very humid, and when it's, you know, 26 degrees Celsius or something at 2 in the morning, yeah, sleep's not that easy to come by, but you guys get the benefit because I do silly things and I get a huge amount of episodes out. More on that later. In the meantime, I have popped all of the generators onto this medium storage unit that's on the buggy. I plugged the buggy into the gateway, and as you can see, the generators are all doing their thing to provide power. And these all generators, honestly, if it's plugged in anywhere on the thing, whether it's in a storage unit or not, they will provide power anyway. So we are just finishing off the gate activation. There we go. Not sure why that last little bit took so long, but that's fine. Remembering to turn off all the generators so we don't waste power. You may have noticed that I did turn that other generator on periodically. That was just to top off the batteries so I didn't end up flattening all the batteries. We have activated that gateway, and we're heading off to the next one when we found this little arrangement. Another battery, some dynamite, and 2 more medium solar panels. Now, the solar on this planet is actually pretty good. Actually, I think from memory, it's better than what the wind generation is. I'll go into the, you know, pros and cons for planets in another episode, but basically, we're being presented with some solar panels here, and our base currently is, yeah, well, power is kind of a hope and a dream more than a reality. So we're now presented with this ideal opportunity to get some, free solar panels going. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of room. Now, I keep moving things around thinking, oh yeah, I'll make this work, when clearly it's just not going to work. So we are going to take what we can. We're going to make a direct run back to base. We're going to unload, and then we're going to go back and pick up the remaining solar panels. But before I do that, I'm going to start spitting out a platform, because those medium solar panels, you can't just stick them on the ground and have them work. They need to be on a platform. So I'm just going to grab some resin. I'm going to set up another large platform like the one that the printers are on and the research unit. I'm going to set one of those up, and that will give me enough room for all the solar panels with a little bit of room to grow. Now, you've seen me set all of this stuff up before, so yeah, a few chops, bit of sped up footage, and we will get things back on track shortly. Given I've got the solar panels on the buggy and the sun is up, I thought, why not? Let's use our power for good. And we've decided to crack open this resource can. Not resource can. This research chambery type thing on our way past. Yes, that earlier ping from Discord was for me, and that momentary AFK there was just me answering that message. Most of the time I do actually remember to put my Discord on Do Not Disturb before I start recording, but yeah, anyway, early in the morning, you not generally expecting to get messages, but hey, it happens anyway. Alright, so we're back at base. We've set up our solar panels on our platform that we created. Just doing a quick run here to pick up that research item that we unlocked. They are worth a lot more points, so I'm going to plug that in favour of the, the tree seed looking thing that we had in there before. We've got everything back on the buggy again. And we're kind of ready to rock and roll. So we'll get underway here in a moment. And we will start heading towards the next gateway so we can try and get that activated. Except, I have a bit of a change here. I think it's taken me this long to realise that having some more trailers is definitely not a bad idea here. Now, I need... pretty sure for the trailers it's one aluminium and one compound. Well, the compound's not really the problem. The issue here is the aluminium. Now, we only brought enough with us to make the tractor and one trailer. The mineral for aluminium is actually available on pretty much every planet. So we just need to go and locate where it is. In the case of Calidor, it's usually down in the crust. So we're just going around, having a quick look around to see if we've got any closer caves that we can use to get down into the under area, but we don't. So we've made a bunch of tethers, and we're going to go out and find ourselves a cave entrance. go down in there, and with any luck, we might actually get some of the laterite without having to, run 100 miles to find it. Let's see how we get on with that. Now, for anyone paying attention at home, and honestly, I think everyone's already spotted this by now, but I swear I was playing for probably about 20 minutes before I realised that the tops of my tethers have changed into, coloured baubles or string lights. This is in keeping with the fact that we are now in the Christmas season in Astroneer. And so there was a little mission pop up. I did include it right at the start of the episode, but essentially it was to confirm that EXO event is underway at the moment. It does involve some sort of collecting and uploading stuff, as most of the EXO events tend to do. I have done the Christmas one before, which is where my carrot nose and things like that come from. I actually may do, even if actually it's probably too late, because this... Hang on, let me start again. This episode, the EXO event literally has only just started. So I recorded this a day or two ago. That is to say, we are only a week or so into December. But when this is going to go live will probably not be until the early new year. That is how far ahead of my schedule that I am at the moment. Part of that is because I'm expecting a few distractions over the Christmas New Year period, and I just wanted to make sure I had enough episodes up there to cover the period without having to worry about it. And secondly, I actually had, not as much going on in my world at the moment, so I'm just kind of using that period to I don't know, get some videos made. I'm sort of getting better at a different editing program in my preparations to essentially move to a Linux platform. And the video software change, I'm going from CapCut to Shotcut. They are quite different. Rule of thumb at the moment, I would say, is Shotcut's a little bit more manual than CapCut. CapCut's got a lot of bells and whistles in it, which if you like that kind of thing, that's all great. But it's not bells and whistles Rob that runs this channel. It's rudimentary Rob. So I worked out so far that Shotcut is definitely ticking all the boxes for me at the moment, and it is open source, so it will work just as well on Linux. So yeah, I'll keep you updated with how that journey goes. In the meantime, my focus on getting a bunch of episodes out all in one go while I had the chance has more just a learning and reinforcement kind of exercise as well. So I have been doing Raft episodes and the Glitchwalker episodes in Shotcut for a little while now. This Astroneer episode is actually only the second that I've done in Shotcut. So basically all of my sort of current series are all in Shotcut now. So let me know what you guys think. Visually, I don't think it's made very much difference. My export settings are a little bit different. Most of that was just to try and get the file sizes a little bit smaller, because, hey, I'm in Australia and upload speeds do kind of suck, even if you do have a decent connection. And, yeah, anyway, that's my story. While I've been having my little story, we've managed to find a more suitable cavern entrance, and we are just kind of ramping our way down to have a bit of a poke around, see what we can find. Most particularly, we're keeping an eye out for laterite. Now, there was some in that earlier cave that I poked my nose in, but it looked like it was going to be a little bit painful to get to. In retrospect, I think I should have just used that cave. But anyway, we are getting to explore more of Calidor by doing this. And hey, we all win. For the moment, this looks to be a little bit of a dead end. We're popping our radar up here just to see where all the shells are, because we do still have our Galastropod mission, where we've got to scan 5 of the shells. Now, the Galastropod shells generally aren't on the surface. You do find them from time to time, but for the most part, generally speaking, you will go down into the first layer of caves to find any significant quantities of them. And this little spire of rock here reinforces my point on that one. We had 3 shells on one little spire of rock. I mean, that's very convenient in my books. We're going to push on a little bit further into this cave and find that, yep, it's a dead end. But that's all right. While we extricate ourselves from this dead end, I will just let you know that there will be, if there hasn't already been, let's put it that way, there will be an episode where I will work on the EXO event. I want to see if there's any different cosmetics. I mean, I'm not a massive cosmetics person anyway. But some of them have got like a little bit of a nice novelty value to them in Astroneer, and even for a non kind of cosmetics kind of person, I actually don't mind the ones in Astroneer. And the Christmas event is actually not that difficult. Most of it is just running around and gathering quite easily located items, and then you just kind of upload them to the, EXO, whatever it is. Anyway, now that we've had our little off-topic conversation, we focus back on our efforts to get deeper into Calidor. We are actually about to run out of, in fact, we have just run out of tethers, but we ran out of them just in time to get some more compounds. So we're going to mine, yep, there's me hitting the T button and nothing coming out. And then I go, oh yeah, here's some compound. Let's get some more tethers going and continue our journey into the depths of Calidor. Aha! We can see the telltale blue reflective glowy kind of coloration of laterite. So we know there is some not too far away from here. We can also see just below us is some malachite, which of course is what we need for making copper. And I dare say, other than the usual suspects like resin and compound, I dare say there are some other very useful things down on this level. There seems to be quite a bit of copper around, actually. Not that we ever actually need that much of it. Well, not at this stage. There's an alloy that we'll be making later with aluminium that will use a bit of copper, but again, compared to some of the other resources that we go through, copper's not one that we need massive amounts of. Unless you're making a lot of your power generation yourself, that's where you'll end up using a lot of copper. But I tend to rely on the stuff I can find lying around, to save me the effort of having to make any myself. And so far, that's been working out alright. We found 3 medium solar panels. That's pretty awesome. Alright, so we're giving our little galastropod friend here something to eat. Now you'll see it's actually, you might find it a bit difficult to see, but there's a 4-sector blue glow at the top that's now enabled, and for I believe it's 30 minutes. Our little friend here will show us where valuable items are, and as you can see, there's already a little blue marker here that looks a lot like our galastropod friend. That's telling us that, hey, there's actually something kind of handy in this direction, and in fact we're almost there. And it looks like, yes, it's a discarded backpack, abandoned backpack, and it's got a research item, it's got a firework, and a few tethers, curious item. There's actually a fair bit of kit on that abandoned backpack. I mean, the research item itself is fantastic, but everything else is kind of useful, I guess. But we've got a firework here. We don't have room to take it with us, so we're just going to set it off inside. And yay, look how pretty that is. Sorry, did I put too much sarcasm on that? I'll work on that next time. Anyway, we're gonna keep our little search going. All the while, our little galastropod friend is going to be keeping an eye out for anything that might be, worthy of our time. Speaking of things that are worthy of our time, these little artifacts, I did research this one. I didn't actually bother to check whether it was giving me any science or not, but I'll try and pay more attention to that next time. This, however, is what they call a site pylon. Now, you will find these on every planet, and they are a way, I guess, of setting up a rail network. Now, I've not really done that much with them, to be brutally honest, but what I might try and do in a future episode is A, see if I can relocate them, and B, see if I can make good use of them. So I'll keep you up to date with any progress on that in future episodes. Alright, well, we've identified that there is quite a lot of very good resources down here, and more importantly, we've got a lot of laterite down here. We also have a full backpack, so we're going to take this sample cube looking weirdness up with us, and we're going to go back to the surface and get this one on the cook and see what we can get out of it. Alright, as we unload our exploration efforts from our backpack, we've reached the end of this episode. If you've enjoyed it, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and to consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed. Until next time, my name is Rudimentary Rob. Thank you very much for watching and have yourself an absolutely fantastic day.